Halloween isn't just about costumes, candy, and pumpkin carvings. For centuries, this night has been wrapped in mystery, a night where the boundary between the living and the dead is said to blur. Some call it superstition, others call it truth. But every October 31st, stories resurface of eerie encounters, ghostly apparitions, and strange happenings that leave even the most skeptical people second-guessing. Tonight, we're diving into 10 of the most chilling and mysterious supernatural events said to have happened on or around Halloween. From legendary hauntings to real-life claims, each tale will make you wonder, how much of Halloween is fun and games, and how much is something darker? Number 10. The Bell Witch Haunting. Halloween intensification. We begin in Adams, Tennessee, in the early 1800s. The Bell Witch Haunting is perhaps one of America's most famous cases of supernatural terror. For years, the Bell family endured unexplainable torment, knocks echoing through the walls, objects moving on their own, voices that mocked and threatened them. But locals claim the witch's presence grew far more aggressive on Halloween night. On those evenings, the knocks became violent pounding, the voices grew louder, and even physical attacks, slaps, scratches, and choking were reported. To this day, historians and paranormal investigators say Halloween seems to amplify the story. Some dismiss it as folklore, but visitors to the Bell Witch Cave on Halloween often report whispers in the dark, icy drafts, and the sensation of being watched. Number 9. Resurrection Mary. Chicago's vanishing hitchhiker. Our next stop takes us to Chicago, Illinois, and to one of the city's most famous ghost legends, Resurrection Mary. Since the 1930s, countless drivers near Resurrection Cemetery have reported a chilling encounter. On Halloween nights in particular, a young woman dressed in white is seen walking along Archer Avenue. She appears distressed, sometimes asking for a ride. When kind-hearted drivers stop to help, she quietly enters the car. But as the vehicle nears the cemetery gates, Mary vanishes, leaving behind nothing but cold air and a stunned driver. Some insist she's the spirit of a girl who died in a car accident after leaving a dance decades ago. Each Halloween, new reports emerge, fueling the belief that Resurrection Mary still wanders, forever searching for a way home. Number 8. The Halloween mass possession of 2007. In Milwaukee, Wisconsin, a modern-day case stunned parents, teachers, and investigators alike. On October 31st, 2007, multiple students at a local school reportedly became possessed. Witnesses say the children screamed uncontrollably, convulsed, and even spoke in languages no one recognized. Panic spread quickly, and the school called in religious officials to perform blessings and prayers. Some blamed a Halloween ritual gone wrong, while others thought it was mass hysteria. But the detail that unsettled many was the timing. Halloween night, the very evening when tales say spiritual doors are open. Though skeptics argue psychological explanation, locals whisper that something darker briefly took hold of those children, and that it chose Halloween to make itself known. Number 7. The Ghost of Kate Morgan. Hotel del Coronado. Every Halloween season, San Diego's famous Hotel del Coronado becomes the stage for a haunting. Kate Morgan checked into the hotel in 1892, but days later she was found dead on the steps, reportedly from a gunshot wound. Since then, guests and staff swear her spirit lingers, especially around room 3327. On Halloween night, paranormal activity seems to spike. Lights flicker, sudden cold spots freeze the air, and mirrors reveal a shadowy female figure that vanishes when approached. Tourists book stays specifically for the chance to encounter Kate. Some leave terrified, while others leave convinced they truly brushed against the ghost of a woman who never checked out. Number 6. The seances at the White House. Not all ghost stories happen in old mansions or lonely highways. Some unfold in one of the most famous houses in the world, the White House itself. During the 1920s, First Lady Grace Coolidge reportedly held seances on Halloween, hoping to contact the spirit of Abraham Lincoln, who many believe still haunts the halls. Over the decades, presidents, first ladies, and staff members have claimed to see Lincoln's tall figure, hear his footsteps, or feel his presence in the Lincoln bedroom. On Halloween nights in particular, staffers whisper of sudden chills, knocking doors, and the smell of smoke, reminiscent of Lincoln's era. If even the White House can't escape its ghosts, perhaps Halloween really is the night the past comes calling. Number 5. The Vanishing Hitchhiker. Halloween Night Tales. The Vanishing Hitchhiker is a classic urban legend told around the world, but many versions specifically place it on Halloween night. The story goes that a driver encounters a young woman in distress, sometimes shivering in the cold, sometimes wearing a party dress. She gives the driver an address, but before the car arrives, she vanishes into thin air. When the driver knocks on the door, the family sadly explains the girl died years ago, often on Halloween itself. While skeptics say it's just a campfire tale, people swear by their encounters. Could Halloween's thin veil between worlds allow lost souls to reappear, if only for one last ride? Number 4. The Napa Valley Halloween Murders. Not all Halloween horrors are confined to folklore. In Napa Valley, California, tragedy struck on Halloween night in 2004. Two young women, roommates living in a quiet neighborhood, were brutally murdered in their home. The crime shocked the community, but what happened afterward chilled investigators. Survivors and police officers reported icy drafts in sealed rooms, strange whispers, and a heavy sense of dread that clung to the house. Some said the victims' spirits never left, replaying the trauma of that night. Paranormal groups who visited the site claim Halloween remains the most active night, with electronic devices capturing unexplained voices and shadows moving across walls. Number 3. The Ghost Boy of Clinton Road. New Jersey's Clinton Road is already known as one of the most haunted roads in America, but Halloween night adds a chilling twist. Locals say that if you toss a coin into the river under the bridge on October 31st, a ghostly boy will return it. Some claim to feel his cold hand brush against theirs, while others swear they've seen a small, pale figure watching from the woods. The legend says the boy died tragically on the bridge and now lingers, bound to the spot where his life ended. While teenagers flock there each Halloween for thrills, many leave pale and shaken, clutching coins they swear were returned from the other side. Number 2. The Haunted Lemp Mansion. In St. Louis, Missouri, the Lemp Mansion stands as one of America's most haunted homes. Once owned by the wealthy Lemp brewing family, the mansion became a place of tragedy as multiple family members died by suicide within its walls. Every Halloween, visitors report unnerving activity. Doors slam by themselves, ghostly figures in old-fashioned clothing appear and vanish, and disembodied whispers call out names in the dark. Paranormal investigators argue the house is a hotspot for restless spirits, especially during Halloween when the energy is said to be strongest. For some, the Lemp Mansion is proof that tragedy can echo forever, its pain repeating with every All Hallows Eve. Number 1. The Fire Ghost of Caledonia Mills. Our final tale takes us to Nova Scotia, Canada, where in the 1920s the MacDonald farmhouse became the center of terrifying activity. Fires would start spontaneously with no logical explanation. Furniture moved, livestock behaved strangely, and the family lived in constant fear. Investigators discovered that a young girl in the home seemed to be at the center of the phenomena, and many suspected poltergeist or demonic forces. Halloween, however, was when the activity reached its peak. Locals dubbed the entity the Fire Ghost, and stories say flames would erupt suddenly on Halloween night, as if some unseen force wanted to be noticed. Even today, Caledonia Mills remains a chilling reminder of how terrifying unexplained events can be. What ties all these stories together isn't just the date, it's the sense that Halloween is a doorway. From Tennessee caves to Chicago highways, from presidential halls to lonely bridges, people across generations have reported encounters that defy explanation. Maybe it's coincidence, maybe it's folklore, or maybe Halloween really is the night when the shadows grow stronger and the past refuses to stay buried. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, one thing is certain. These stories endure because they touch on a primal fear, that the unknown might be closer than we think. So next time the clock strikes midnight on Halloween and you hear a knock at the door or a whisper when no one's around, ask yourself, is it just your imagination, or is something from these stories reaching out, reminding you that Halloween is more than a holiday? It's the most haunted night of the year.